All right. So, my name is Michael Alden. We are here in Blue Vase Studios. We are also live on my Facebook page, my Facebook fan page, for those of you who are watching right now. We'll talk a little bit about mining. I wasn't going to go live for those of you that are going to join me. I was just going to just record this, but I want to talk a little bit about mining, why I'm excited about mining, and why I've decided to sink a shit ton of money, no other way to describe it, and a lot of resources behind Blue Vase and Blue Vase mining. But this isn't really a pitch for that. I just wanted to talk a little bit about mining and mining for not only Bitcoin but other cryptocurrencies, and why I think that this is the most exciting opportunity for people in the world of cryptocurrency if you can get involved in it, in addition to all the other ways. So, when I first started really getting into the world of cryptocurrency and trying to understand the world of cryptocurrency, studying it, watching documentaries, reading about it, interviewing experts, hanging around with other high net worth individuals, I began to realize what an amazing opportunity that we have right now in the world that we're living in, right? I mean, if you think about the gold rush, right? I want you to think about something for a second. If you go back to the late 1800s and you're in California, I want you to just use your imagination for a second. I want you to think about this for 1 second. I want you to think about it's the late 1800s. You are in California, and it is the beginnings of the gold rush, all right? So just imagine that for a second, all right? You're there, you're an able-bodied person, and you understand that the gold rush is just starting. But I want you to do something else. I want you to then think about I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine that you have a time machine, okay? You have a time machine, and you go into the future. You go into, like, right now. So late 1800s, you go into right now, and you get some things, and you bring them back. Now, what do you get? Well, you get a backhoe, okay? You get a big, giant dump truck, right? You get one of those big, giant wash plants that you see on that show Gold Rush on TV, right? Maybe you get, also a bulldozer, right? You get all this equipment, and you bring it back to the late 1800s. So now, again, you're sitting in California. It's the beginning of the gold rush. And you have all this equipment, you have all of this new age technology, but it's still the late 1800s. So what do you do? What do you do as an able-bodied person? What do you do as an entrepreneur? What do you do as somebody that can see the opportunity? Well, it's simple what you do. You go and you mine for gold. And you mine for gold as fast as you possibly can, and you try and acquire as much as you possibly can because it just makes sense. Right? It just makes sense that you have the tools, you have the equipment, you have the knowledge, you have the understanding that, wow, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. That's exactly what is happening right now here worldwide. When I say here, I'm talking on the planet Earth. This isn't just in the United States. I'm talking on the planet Earth right now in 2018 as I'm recording this. We've been gifted the biggest opportunity of our lifetimes. If you are alive right now, if you are listening to this right now, you have to understand that cryptocurrency is the biggest opportunity of your lifetime, period. And so when you think about opportunities and when you think about how things kind of come your way, throughout your life, and you think about, maybe you had an opportunity to get in on an IPO, which is highly unlikely, or maybe you had an opportunity, to get in on some real estate and you didn't do it. And you didn't do it for a whole host of reasons. You didn't do it for what we like to affectionately call as FUD, fear, uncertainty, it's a sad thing when you think about, people's inability to make a decision, right? And you think about their fears and these opportunities come their way, and they say, "Oh, if I'd only done that, man, if I didn't have that doubt, right? Or if I didn't have that fear, that uncertainty, I wonder what my life would look like." But the difference right now between building out a giant mining operation in the late 1800s, or any time really for that matter, and spending all this money on infrastructure and getting involved in something that you really don't know. The big difference between then and all these other opportunities now, I mean, I'm talking about the dot-com era. Most people had no idea, what was going on in the dot-com era, right? I'm talking about the real estate world, all right? You think about the real estate world and think about really how difficult it is to get involved in the real estate world. And, they were there. You might have had an opportunity, but you didn't understand it. And a lot of people might feel the same way about cryptocurrency. They might feel like, well, I don't understand it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's not real. I can't hold it, right? I can't do anything with it. Well, this is the world that we're living in now, okay? This is a new paradigm. It's a new way of thinking. And it's hard for people, right? One of the things that I've learned early on in my life is that the only thing that's constant is, in fact, change. Okay, so this is just a new thing for people. It's a new way of life. It's a new way of conducting business. And that is the world of cryptocurrency. So, but when you think about the opportunity, you think about, let me give you another example. Let's say, you own some land in Texas, or you own some land in Louisiana. And it's your land, and it's been in your family for generations. And there was a survey conducted on your land, and they realized that you have the largest oil reserve on your land. And you realize that it's totally permissible to mine it, it's profitable to mine it, and you have the equipment to do it. And you can make millions of dollars, okay? That's the scenario. You're in Texas. You have this land, and you realize that you're literally sitting on the largest oil reserve in the United States. Well, what do you do? What do you do? And for those of you who are environmentalists, I'm with you on the environment, okay? But let's say everything's a perfect world. The environment isn't going to get impacted by this at all. You're sitting on this giant oil reserve, and it's down there. Like, you could almost see it. Like, you look down, and you see there's the oil. All I need to do is I need to just tap that oil. I need to go down and get it. And you have the equipment too. Like, the equipment's there. It's actually on your property. All you have to do is just literally just press a button. So what do? Do you get the oil? Do you start to secure your future? Do you prepare for your own retirement? Do you prepare for your family's future? Do you start saving money? Do you start generating income? Do you start generating revenue? Like, what do you do? And we know the answer. You tap that oil. You start making money. You take advantage of the opportunity that's been presented to you. And the challenge with the gold rush scenario and the oil scenario is most people have never been given that opportunity. You've never been given that opportunity. Well, here it is right now, worldwide, no matter where you are, no matter what socioeconomic status you're in, okay? The world of cryptocurrency is giving you that opportunity. You are sitting on the largest oil reserve in the world. It's on your land. You're in the late 1800s, and you're in California, and you have all the equipment, and you're ready. You just need to go out and get it. That's what's going on right now in the world of cryptocurrency. And there's a bunch of different ways you can go out and get it, right? And I'm using the mining scenario because we're building out our mine here at Blue Vase, and I think about, the great opportunity there is there. Now, here's some of the challenges with a mine, okay? The equipment is, in fact, expensive, okay? Can't generally do it in your home. Can you build out what we call mining rigs and put them in your house? Yes, it is possible, okay? But they're loud. They produce a lot of heat, and there's actually some great things you can do with that heat. A lot of people, a lot of people with a lot of ingenuity are in fact heating their homes with it. The electricity can be somewhat daunting as well. But if you do the math, okay, like we have, it can work for people in their homes. If you have a bit of a tech background, if you understand, kind of the technology behind it, and you can, put together that infrastructure. Great opportunity if you have the space. A lot of people are doing it maybe in their garage. They're putting a couple of rigs in their garage, and they're generating revenue. Now, when you look at the mining world and you do the research like we have, there's a lot of negative things out there. A lot of people talking about, wow, the electricity bill is just too much. It's a big electricity bill. Well, yeah, your electricity is going to spike. If you're running these machines properly, they're going to be pulling a lot of power. Okay, a lot of homes actually don't. From a electricity standpoint, they don't have the proper power even coming into their house, so it makes it almost impossible for them to even plug these things in. The challenge is the equipment is so expensive and it draws so much power. If you plugged it into a regular 20 amp plug, you could potentially blow the whole thing, including the mining rig that costs thousands and thousands of dollars, right? Or you could do what we've done is we take advantage of the infrastructure that we have here. I mean, we built out a call center with all this electricity anyway because we had all these cubes that were all wired up and we're not using the call center, but we spent all this money in electricians anyway, and we realized that we actually have the capability. We have the zoning. From electricity standpoint, we have all the different. We have 30 amp, plugs. We have a, a 3-way and all this. I'm not an electrician, but I'll say this: we have all that stuff. And so when I started thinking about, man, what can we do with it? Can we mine for Bitcoin? Can we mine for Bitcoin Cash? Can we mine for Zcash? Can we mine for Monero? Can we mine for Dogecoin and Dash and all these other things? And the answer is yes. Ethereum. And then we started doing it. And then when we started getting into the math a little bit more, and I started thinking about the math a little bit more, and we've been running these machines now for a few weeks, we realized that consistently, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, these machines are profitable. And so we're acquiring Bitcoin 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we're adding in new machines every single day, and it's starting to grow, and it's just amazing to watch. And why I'm so excited about it for us is what I love about mining is the ability to essentially hedge your bet, so to speak. I got to stop using that term bet, right? Because a lot of people are getting involved in cryptocurrency, and it essentially is like gambling to them. What I like about mining is this. If you have an investment in mining equipment, or in some sort of mining pool like what we have at Blue Vase Mining, if you put money into a mining operation, what I like about it is once that initial investment is paid off, okay, let's say it's $500, right? Once that initial $500 is paid off, after that it's straight profit. What I also love about mining, is that the price almost doesn't matter. You see, I've also been trading all different types of currencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple. I've been trading all sorts of stuff, right? I haven't lost once. In fact, some of my trades are up 1,000%. Some of the investments I put in are up over 1,000%, and under a month. Okay, which by the way, that's a small number. Okay, so that's another way you can make money in the world of cryptocurrency if you know what you're doing, right? But what I love about mining is the price almost doesn't matter. Okay, so you got $500. Okay, you have a $500 investment, and it's paid off, and then after that, it's straight profit. It's such an amazing way to accumulate cryptocurrency, especially the mineable cryptocurrency. When you think about the ways, right? So you could just buy and hold. Right? You can just buy and hold whatever cryptocurrency that is. And I like that. I love that methodology. I talk about that in some publications. Okay, I love that. You can trade, right, which is also a lot of fun, but you really need to know what you're doing in trading. And I actually put together a training on how to do that. I've been doing it literally every single day. Haven't lost. I've made money every single time. And it's actually not that complicated to do, but there is a much higher risk factor when you're trading, because there is a potential you could get caught. I talk a little bit about that. I've been caught a couple times, but I have never lost. And then you can arbitrage it, meaning you can buy it and you can sell it across different platforms, right? Which is also a fun thing to do. But with mining, once that initial investment is paid off, it's straight profit. And then you can arbitrage that as well, meaning when you think about Bitcoin, you think about any of these cryptocurrencies, there are multiple platforms for all these cryptocurrencies all over the world. And the pricing varies. Okay, so when you're mining just a number, like a mathematical number. The value almost doesn't matter. All right? If you're mining, let's say Bitcoin, and I just posted on my personal Facebook page that, within the past week, our Bitcoin is up 50%. 50%. Okay, we were mining it when it was at 10,000. It's over 15 right now, 50%. Okay, so what you can do when you mine it, I'm going to give you some secrets. I'm going to give it to you right now. You mine it and you upload it, okay, essentially, or you transfer it from your wallet into a platform, okay, or a trading platform that has the highest valuation of Bitcoin. Okay, so if you're looking at Binance, you're looking at GDAX, you're looking at Poloniex, you're looking at all these different, Kraken, whatever it is, Bitstamp, you're looking at all these Bittrex, you're looking at all these other different ones. The day that you're going to essentially decide you're going to sell it, right, is you upload it to there, okay, and then you sell it at the highest one, all right? That's called arbitrage. There are entire techniques on how to do that, but what I like about it is that if you're mining it, you're mining just a number, right? 0.000 whatever, you're mining it, putting it into your wallet, and then from there, you decide where you're going to upload it. So it's a great way to make money there as well, okay? Mining, to me, is by far the best way to make money in the world of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies that are mineable, by the way. There are some that aren't mineable, like Ripple is not mineable. Neo is not mineable. Two great cryptocurrencies. But the ones that are mineable, there's a lot of them that are mineable. Okay, Bitcoin, really kind of started this whole thing that's mineable. And there's also different types of mining equipment, right? We have several different types. We're mining for a bunch of different types. Right now, the opportunity that we have at Blue Vase Mining is just for Bitcoin. By the way, if you're interested, you can just text Blue Vase to 555-888. Get in, start mining, and start making money fairly quickly, guaranteed money. Every single day in Bitcoin. When I say guaranteed, it's guaranteed every single day at the price of Bitcoin. It's pretty awesome how we've done it. We've done the math. It makes sense. It makes sense for everybody. I'm excited about it because this whole thing really started for me, and I'm going to keep talking about this. This whole thing started for me because my friends noticed what I was doing, and they were asking me if they could get involved. And I got a little bit nervous because a lot of people don't understand the risk that's involved, and there's risk involved in everything. And I got nervous because I've never brought in investors in anything I've ever done because I only want to answer to myself. And when some of my friends started, I literally had to ask one of my friends to leave my office. He wanted to write me a huge check, and it made me nervous. I mean, we've done hundreds of millions in revenue at my companies, and it wasn't that big, but it was big enough that if something were to go wrong, I didn't want to have to, have that conversation with him. So there is risk involved. But what I like about mining is that the price almost doesn't matter, especially once that initial investment is paid off. That, to me, is just awesome. You see, if you bought Bitcoin last week, you're excited, right? Because now it's 15,000. It was 10. If you bought it at 15 and it goes to 10, you're not so excited. Doesn't matter really until you sell it, but it just doesn't make you feel good, okay? If you mined it at 10, it doesn't matter, right? Now, if we wanted to sell it, we could have a 50% return on our mining investment in 1 week. In 1 week. You go back 5 years, Bitcoin is up 110,000%. Another interesting fact about Bitcoin in particular as it relates to mining, I just wanted to see what the term Bitcoin was doing worldwide. And if you go into Google and you look at their analytics and you search the term Bitcoin, you see who's searching for Bitcoin worldwide. The United States is not even in the top 10. It's not even in the top 10. So you might be listening right now because you're interested in Bitcoin. But to me, this is such an amazing opportunity. A very, very small percentage of people in the United States even know about this, okay? And then even there are a lot of other countries that aren't really getting involved in it. And there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of talk about regulations out there. I'm okay with some regulations. I think some things need to be put in place. I think, there are definitely going to be some hucksters out there. They're going to take advantage of people. So I think that, putting certain parameters in place is not a bad thing. Outright banning it just doesn't make sense. It's the genie's already been, kind of let out of the bottle. You're not going to be able to put her back in. All right. But mining, again, for me, I think is the smartest way to get involved in the world of cryptocurrency. And I've looked at them all, and I've done them all already. I've done them all. For arbitrage stuff, I've traded stuff, I've bought and held stuff. I've talked to the experts. I've literally talked to 100 millionaires, billionaires. I've talked to critics. I'm constantly learning about stuff. I'm kind of going through all the different information that's out there, and mining makes the most sense to me. And I'm not talking just about Bitcoin. Right now, the opportunity that we have at Blue Vase Mines or Blue Vase Mining, if you're interested in that, right now we're just talking about Bitcoin. We are going to roll out other opportunities. I mean, we are mining for other stuff too, okay? And right now we just want to make sure that all these other coins do make sense for people, not just us, right? I can tell you right now, in Q1, which we're in right now, Q1 2018, we are going to be rolling out other opportunities. So if you're already in Blue Vase Mining and you're starting to accumulate Bitcoin, it's an awesome thing. Just be on the lookout for a couple other opportunities to get involved with our mining with some other stuff as well. Consistently on a daily basis, you'll be acquiring other altcoins as well, and it's such an exciting time. So that's where I'm at on mining. I believe that mining is really the smartest thing. One last thing. I put this here in front of me. So I want to give people now, for those you're just listening. I know there's some people that are watching on Facebook right now. I just noticed that behind me, my book thing is almost falling off the wall. But I wanted to go over some like real numbers for people. We took November of 2017 with Bitcoin. And based off of the structure that we have right now at Blue Vase Mining, I wanted to show people kind of like what that looked like. So at Blue Vase Mining, we have an opportunity where you can essentially buy into our mine, buy a fractional share, maximum of 10 per person. I believe it's still I think it's 10 per person. We want to limit that. It's not 10 per household, but it is 10 per person at $4.49 plus a small initiation fee. And then from there, what we're doing is we're going to pay you $1.25 a day in Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people say, well, man, $1.25, boy, that doesn't seem like a lot of money. Well, in 2009, if you had bought Bitcoin, if you'd bought $1 in Bitcoin in 2009, it would be worth $30 million. I'm going to say that again. $1 in Bitcoin in 2009 is now worth $30 million. And we are just beginning, okay? We're just beginning because now people are starting to understand that the consensus is getting involved. They're starting to understand the utility of Bitcoin and other coins as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you the example again. So, you decided that you want to take advantage of it. You see the opportunity. You realize that it is the gold rush. You're sitting in California. It's the late 1800s. You have all this equipment. You have everything right there ready for you. You're standing in Texas. You own this land. You look down. You can see the oil right underneath you. And you're like, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go take advantage of the opportunity that's presented to me. I'm going to take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime because I don't want it to pass by me like all the other things that have passed by me. You're ready. Okay? This is what it looks like. All right, so $449, small administration fee, you get in. We start paying, this is a real example right here, again, of showing people right here of November of 2017. We kind of took a snapshot of that. November 1st, okay, you're in. We pay you $1.25 in Bitcoin on November 1st, okay? That earns you 0.00196 in Bitcoin. $1.25 US dollars, that's what you acquire in Bitcoin. And on that day, all right, it's valued, the value of Bitcoin is $6,377. As I'm talking to you right now, in January of 2018, January 2nd, 2018, so depending on when you listen to this, the price may be different. It's most likely going to be higher. Right now, as I'm talking to you before I came into the studio, it was over 15,000. Okay, so just about close to a 300% increase. Okay, so day one, you're in, you're excited,
get $1.25 in Bitcoin, 0.000196. The value of that is 6,000 at the current valuation, or at the valuation then of Bitcoin, $6,377.88. Day two. Okay, day two, we send you again $1.25 in Bitcoin, and you're going to get 0.000185, a little bit less. So you got a little bit less in Bitcoin. Same dollar amount, $1.25. Why'd you get a little bit less? Well, you got a little bit less because Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin has gone up. It went up from $6,377 to $6,758. So you got a little bit less Bitcoin, but your Bitcoin from the day before is now worth more. All right? Day three. Okay, now you're super excited. You already got two payments of Bitcoin. All right. Day three, you get your $1.25 in Bitcoin, 0.000178 worth of Bitcoin. A little bit less. Again, you're getting a little bit less. Man, why am I getting less? You're getting less because Bitcoin has gone up yet again. When you started on November 1st, Bitcoin was $6,377. Today, on November 3rd of 2017, it has gone up close to $700, okay? $7,002.94, all right? But now you're accumulating more and more Bitcoin every single day. So you're still getting $1.25 worth of Bitcoin that day, all right? So if you just follow the $1.25 math and you take that all the way out for a year, okay, your initial $449 is paid, all right? So your initial investment is paid. That's why I love this scenario. That's why I love the mining aspect of it, because once our machines are paid, it's straight profit, okay? And it's happening for us a lot faster than we even anticipated, because we wanted to be very conservative with the numbers. So you go all the way through the whole month. You take the entire month out in November of 2017, and your $37.50 that was paid out to you in Bitcoin, $1.25 a day, your $37.50 that was paid out to you, is actually now worth $47.04. $47.04. Okay, so roughly about a 30% return on that $37.50, and you've acquired 0.005112 worth of Bitcoin, and at the end of the month, the value of the Bitcoin is $9,202.05. Okay, so this is November 2017. All right, shortly thereafter, the Bitcoin skyrocketed and hit almost $20,000. Okay, so at that point, you would have doubled it. All right, but if you were mining then, each day you're still getting $1.25 in Bitcoin every single day. So what this does is, in the mining scenario that I'm presenting people and that I'm trying to explain to people, what this does is it dollar cost averages, and it essentially kind of levels out your risk and spreads out your risk. Now, could the price go down? Yeah, absolutely. And the price has gone down, throughout the months. Okay, but this is November of 2017 when we first started. And it was $6,377. Today, as I'm talking to you, it's over $15,000. So even when it had what we call a flash crash in the mining world, we don't mind. We actually love it. When the price dips, we're excited, right? Because we know that we're getting a little bit more for our activity. Okay, we're getting a little bit more for activity. And then when the price goes up, okay, we arbitrage it, we upload it, we sell it on the trading platform that's paying us the most, essentially. Okay, it's like taking physical gold and you go down the street, in the 1800s, and you have different, merchants that are going to buy your gold. Some of them are going to pay a little bit more for it. That's just basic economics. They want it a little bit more, okay? When you're looking at these platforms, the reason why the price is a little bit different is the trading volume. That's generally what it is. It's usually the trading volume. Some of these trading platforms are bigger than others, right? So the activity is a little bit different. That's why, and this is why I love the whole mining aspect of mining cryptocurrencies, all right? And then from there, we have systems in place, and we can show people, and I've already put together a whole training about this, where you could take that Bitcoin, right? If you want to then get involved in others that like aren't mineable. So, if you wanted to get involved with XRP or Ripple, okay, not mineable, your dollar can go a little bit further because it's I think it's just over $2 right now. I bought it at 22 cents, 1,000% increase. 1,000% increase. I predict that Ripple will see Ripple go to $10 before the end of the first quarter. That's my prediction. If you want a prediction, I'm going to give you another one. I also predict that Bitcoin will go to $40,000 in 2018, and I say that with absolute confidence. And I'll tell you why. Is what I talked a little bit about earlier. And by the way, the mining aspect of it, though. We are certainly not banking on that. Okay, our mining operation and your thought process of getting in mining, if you decide you want to get into mining, the price again almost doesn't matter. If it does, then all these numbers that I just showed you, it's like game over. It's like crazy. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so insane. If that happens, we're basing this off of a very, very conservative yield on a daily basis. And these numbers work, even if we have what they call these flash crashes. All right, if you decided that you wanted to get involved with others, you take your Bitcoin, you sell it. You can then start trading others, and we show you how to do that. So if you are interested in that, you can just send me a direct message as well. If you're watching right now on Facebook, you can find me also on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Snapchat. You can find me on Twitter. It's at Mike Alden 2012. If you have any questions, if you're listening to this on my podcast, you have any questions, you want to get involved, I'll do my best to try and answer them. It's crazy what's going on here. But again, this is, in my opinion, the biggest opportunity of your lifetime. And again, I think about when I was a kid. I think about growing up and growing up poor like I did, and seeing other people kind of get out of the projects because they were given opportunities that were never presented to me or my mother. And then I think about even being older. I think about when I was in law school and I was studying in law school, and I remember having the TV on in the living room, which I probably shouldn't have been doing, but it was on. And I remember seeing the NASDAQ hit 5,000. I said, man, I wish I had an opportunity to get involved. I wish I knew somebody. I wish I had a brokerage account. I wish I could have got involved in that IPO. And then I graduate law school, and I'm like all excited because I've beat the odds. Growing up in the projects, with nothing, and now I actually graduated law school, but I still was kind of broke. And I see the real estate world booming, and I didn't have the opportunity or the resources to buy into any sort of potential real estate windfall. And plus, I'm not a handy guy either. So I had those opportunities pass my way. And then you think about maybe right now, more recently, the marijuana industry, okay? It doesn't excite me, and I'm not a fan of the marijuana industry, despite the fact that it's a very, very lucrative industry. And I've had a lot of people come to me with investment opportunities, and I passed that one up, okay, because it wasn't something that I believe in. And then cryptocurrency was presented to me a couple years ago, and I didn't understand it. And I just dismissed it. I dismissed it because I didn't want to look stupid. And I was like many people. I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me, man. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know, this thing that you and I trade with each other. It reminded me of like a video game. It just didn't make any sense to me. And at that time, Bitcoin was just under $500. And it was an opportunity that was, in fact, presented to me. And I didn't take advantage of that opportunity. And then several months after that, I had someone else come at me and say, Mike, you've got to learn about this cryptocurrency stuff. You've got to get involved in this cryptocurrency stuff. And I decided not to because I don't want to look stupid like a lot of people, right? I didn't understand it. And then I started hanging around with high net worth individuals, people that are worth hundreds of millions, billionaires, being around, all these super successful people, and all they were talking about was cryptocurrency. And then it finally clicked for me. I was at the Wind Towers pool with some friends, and we're sitting there, we're lounging around. In fact, Steve Wynn had just walked by us, and it was just a kind of a surreal moment to see him walk by. And we're sitting there, and we're talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about cryptocurrency, we're talking about the blockchain. And I'm just nodding my head. I'm trying to contribute to the conversation, but I didn't really understand it. And that's right then and there. When the people that I was with and the other people that I had talked to throughout that week, I knew that it was time to get involved with cryptocurrency. I knew and I recognized when I understood the blockchain technology and started talking to others, I realized that this is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. This is This is a new paradigm shift in our world. And if you don't pay attention to it, if you don't get involved in it, you will get left behind. And I honestly don't think in our lifetimes we will ever see an opportunity as big as this. And right now, as I'm talking to you, it truly is the beginning of the beginning. And I'm screaming from the rooftops, and I have been screaming from the rooftops. And you know what? If you get involved with Blue Vase Mine, yeah, we're going to make a little bit of money. But I've been screaming about this without making any money. Okay, because I want people to take advantage of the opportunity. Whether you get involved with my mining operation or whether you do something else, that's up to you. You know, but I just want you to pay attention. I want you to seize the opportunity and you know, build a future for yourself and for your family. And you have to understand that the tools are there. Okay, you don't need, you know, a background in finance. I don't have a background in finance. I don't have a background in stocks. I don't own any stocks. Okay, I have a 401k. That's it. Okay, and I'm making money in this world, and I'm a pretty simple guy. And when I really studied it, when I spent a little bit of time studying it, and now I'm just immersed in it. Now I can't sleep. I'm just obsessed with it because I see the opportunity. And I'm obsessed with it because I want others to also be obsessed with it. So always risk. There's risk in everything that we do in life. But this is truly the beginning of the beginning. And I hope that listening to this or watching this, you know, if you feel as though that it's adding value, I'd like for you to share this. You know, go ahead and share it right now. If you're watching me on Facebook, share this with your friends. If you're listening to this on my podcast, and I just hope that people can get involved. And again, I guess lastly, if you do want to get involved with the mining operation, I'm not 100% sure how long we're going to do this for the general public because we're doing it for ourselves. And I just want people to get in. I want people to learn about it. And if you can get in with a small investment, you know, and understand the mining aspect of it, and then start to learn about other things on your own. We're going to show you other ways to learn as well. I think it's a great thing, and I think it can really, really help people. So again, if you do want to do that, you can just text Blue Vase to 555-888 or go to bluevasemining.com. Again, share this, like this, rate it, do all that fun stuff you're supposed to do on social media. My name is Michael Alden, and we'll see you soon.